Okay, so what we're going to do now is fix all the issues that we're having with our figure after doing the automatic weights. Now the first thing that I want you to do is go ahead and make sure that you click on the armature and make sure that you are in pose mode and press the A key to select all the bones in pose mode and then do Alt R G S. The reason we are doing this is because we might have accidentally moved the bones in pose mode, their locations, when we were checking the deforms. Now what we're going to do is A to deselect, go under File, do Save As, and save this as Rigging Lesson 02 f.blend. Now remember, if you switch to edit mode and press the A key, if I zoom in, do shift middle mouse button, you can no longer do Alt R. This will simply reset the bone rolls, okay? So you want to be careful of this. Remember, this is something that will happen to you, is because when you become proficient, I'm just going to reload this file. When you become proficient in rigging, you're going to be moving at a rapid pace when you're rigging your characters. So you can actually have it in pose mode, press the A key to have everything selected, and accidentally switch to edit mode and then do Alt R. And this will simply reset the bones and start messing up your figure. Okay, so just be aware of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and reload this file. So now what we're going to do is fix the deforms. Now, there are two ways of doing this. The first way is that when you're starting out rigging, you're going to basically click on the armature, make sure that it's in pose mode, and let's say click on this bone. Then you're going to go to the figure, and then you're going to switch to weight paint, right? And if we press the 3 key, press the Z key to go into wireframe. If we press the R key to rotate, if we want to fix these deforms, we can use the weight paint tools, the brushes over here, to fix these issues. But in this case, we're not going to do this because we really want to use the weight paint as a touch-up tool, right? Because we're going to be wasting too much time trying to fix these deforms because we can just tell Blender to do this for us. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, before I do that, let me just show you over here. If you click on the head bone and press the R key to rotate, you can see that there's going to be a lot of issues going on inside the mouth. So of course, using weight paint is going to be a nightmare scenario. So here I'm going to show you a fairly advanced technique as to how to tell Blender to fix all your deforms. So all we have to do is really fix a few issues that are going to be inside of the mouth. So let's go ahead and first reload the file again. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're going to create some additional bones. And the idea here is that when we create these bones, we're going to use them to automatically capture the vertices. And then after we do this, we're going to transfer over the weights from these bones to the bones that we want them to be on. So we're going to delete these bones a little later. So to do this, let's actually take a look at how this is going to work. Go ahead and zoom in, do shift middle mouse button, and I want you to switch to edit mode. Now we're not going to care about naming these bones right now. Since we're going to be deleting them, we'll name them later. Go ahead and click the tail of this bone and press the 3 key. Now press the E key to extrude, and I want you to just place this bone right about here. Okay, notice where I've placed it. Now over here we're going to click off X-ray to make sure that we did not bring the tail out. Okay, you can see that the tail is not coming out. I'm just going to click on X-ray again. Now go ahead and switch to pose mode. And over here, if we press the 1 key, go ahead and click on the figure, press the shift key down, and click on the armature, do Control P with automatic weights. you'll notice that over here, now when we click on this bone and press the R key, it fixed all the issues. Remember, the vertices were moving over here. So if we press the R key, it's fixing these issues because this bone is taking care of them. Now, if we press the 3 key and press the R key, you'll notice that it also fixed the issues in the back area over here. So over here, I'm going to click on the figure and actually switch to weight paint mode to show you what's going on. Press the Z key. Remember, it was all going in over here. Now when you press the R key, it's no longer there. So this is a very fast way to fix this. Go ahead and switch to object mode, press the Z key, go ahead and click on this bone over here. So you'll see later that we're going to actually delete this bone, but before we do that, we're simply going to take the weights from this bone and transfer them over to, let's say, this bone. So let's go ahead and add some additional bones to fix the other issues that we're having. Press the 1 key to go to the front view, do Shift middle mouse button, and come over here. Now what we're going to do is over here you can see that this is part of the chest cavity. So if we click on this bone, press the R key, you can see that over here when the chest is going left and right, this area is getting squeezed. Now I like it where I see a little bit of this idea that there is a bone over here. So over here we're going to go and switch to edit mode, having this bone selected. Do Shift D to duplicate and just place it right about, let's place it a little above over here. Click on the tail of this bone and just bring it down to over here. Just going to zoom in, go ahead and click this, and I'm just going to kind of bring it like this. Now, of course, we need the other bone on this side. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and have this bone selected. Now over here, I'm just going to click it and I'm just going to type in, for now, let's just type in 3.L. It doesn't matter. Just type in enter. Now press W and click on the symmetry option. This bone is over here. Now if you press the 3 key, you'll see how this bone is. And that's all. We don't actually have to move this bone beyond this point. Now let's take a look at what happens. Go ahead and switch to, I'll just switch to pose mode over here. Go ahead and click on the figure, press the Shift key down, click on the armature, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. Now, of course, if we click on this bone and press the R key, those two bones are not going to move with this bone. So here we need to actually switch to edit mode, click on the child first, press the Shift key down, go find the parent, do Control P, and then do keep offset. Now when we go to pose mode, click on this bone, press the R key, you'll see that how this gives us a better deform. Okay, remember we're going to take the weights from this bone and transfer them over here a little later. Okay, so that takes care of this. Now one thing that I like to do, I'm just going to show you this is a bit advanced, is that when it comes to the back muscles, you can actually add a bit of a realistic movement over here. So to do this, go ahead and click on this bone, press the 3 key, and go ahead and switch to edit mode. Now we're going to do Shift D to duplicate this, and right now just park it like this. Go ahead and click on the tail of this bone, press the G key, and kind of position it over here. Over here, I'm just going to move it up. Now in this case, we actually have to click this off, do the middle mouse button to make sure that the bone is not coming out. You can see that the bone is coming out over here in my case. I'm just going to do the 3 key, press, go ahead and click on X-ray. I'm just going to move it in a bit, right? Now over here, what we're going to do is press the 3 key. I'm just going to actually move this bone just a bit more up, like this. Make sure that you click and it's not coming out. It's not. It's fine. Now let's go ahead and switch to pose mode. Click on the figure, press the Shift key down, click on this bone, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. Okay. Now if you press the 3 key, remember this bone is going to be exactly in the center. So if I do Control 1, see, it's exactly in the center. Now when you click on this bone and press the R key, you'll notice that before, where we were getting a lot of muscle movements over here, it's no longer moving when we move the neck. So that fixes this issue. Now we're going to do Control 1 and actually click on this bone again. And over here, we're going to switch to Edit Mode, do Shift D to duplicate this bone and place it right around. Let's place it right around here, okay? Now, of course, we need it on the other side. So here, I'm just going to call this 4.L, enter, do W and click on the symmetry option, press the 3 key and just take a look at what's going on over here. Now again, do the X-ray to make sure that it's not peeking out, and it's not. Go ahead and click this, press the 3 key, go ahead and switch to pose mode, click on the figure, press the Shift key down, go ahead and click over here, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. Now what we need to do is make sure that this bone is the child of the shoulder. So here we need to switch to Edit Mode, click on this bone first, which is the child, press the Shift key down, click on the shoulder, do Control P, and then do Keep Offset. Now if we switch to Pose Mode over here and click on this bone, do Control, actually let's do the 7, and press the R key, you'll notice that this bone is moving, the new bone that we created. But look what it does when you move it. Right, I'm going to park it like this. Do you see what it does? It creates a better simulation over here of the back muscles. Now to see this, it's probably a good idea to do wire. And here if you press the R key 2 times, you'll see that what it's doing. See, it's crunching up the muscles in the back. It just gives a better behavior. Now again, if I do Control 1 and press the R key to move this, you'll see that how this entire shoulder is now moving because of this bone. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this. Now, what we want to do is press the A key to select everything, do Alt R, G S to make sure that all the bones are back the way they were. Now press the 1 key. Now, over here, if we click this and press the R key, what we want to do is actually right around here, give, let's say, a little bit more volume, okay, when this goes up. So what we can do is go ahead and switch to Edit Mode again. Go ahead and click on this bone, do Shift D to duplicate this. And over here, let's see, I call this 4, so I'm just going to type in 5.L, enter. Again, we can rename this at any time. Actually, in this case, we're going to click this off. The bone is actually already here. We're just going to do, remember I turned this off, X and delete this. Here, I'm just going to click it, make sure this is on, do W and symmetry. Okay, so this will just give me 5.R. So what we want to do with this bone is just click over here, press the G key and make it small over here, press the 7 key, and here I'm just going to basically position it like this, click over here, position it like this, and make it kind of small, press the 3 key over here, click on the head of this bone, make sure that you select this head over here. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Go ahead and push this down over here. The bone rolls don't matter over here. Make sure you click on X-ray so it's not peeking out. Okay, and now I'm going to click on this bone, press the Shift key, click over here, do Control P, and then do Keep Offset. Now let's see what this does. Now if we click over here on the figure, press the Shift key down, click on the armature, do Control P with automatic weights. Now when we click here and press the R key, you'll notice that it just gives us a little more volume. Again, you can switch to edit mode in any time. Click on this bone, press the 1 key, press G, and just move it a little bit if you want to. Okay? Switch to pose mode because we moved the bone. Go ahead and click this, press the shift key, click over here, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. Now if we click it, press the R key, we'll get a better deform here on the shoulder. Okay? So all these bones are set up over here. Now over here I'm going to show you that if you click on this bone, now notice what happens if we press the R key 2 times. Notice that this whole thing is moving, but over here we're getting movements. So we can fix this very easily by simply switching to edit mode, clicking on the hand bone, pressing the 7 key to go to the top view, and now just do Shift D to duplicate this bone, place it right around here, click on the tail, go ahead and just move it kind of like this, and I'm just going to do the green kind of right about here. I'm going to click off X-ray to make sure that it's inside. Again, you can press the period key to home in on this, make it easier. Okay, go ahead and click on X-ray over here, and I'm going to do the 1. Here I'm just going to place it kind of like this, and click this off to make sure it's not peeking out. That looks fine. Now over here, we're going to go ahead and click this, press the shift key down, click over here, do Control P, and then do keep offset. Now let's just go to pose mode, click on the figure, press the shift key down, click on the armature, do Control P with automatic weights. Now press the 1 key, go ahead and click this. Now if you press the R key 2 times, you'll see that we get better deforms. See, it's not moving the way it was before. Now if we click over here, you'll notice that we get much better deforms over here, like this. Okay? So that fixes this. Now, what we need to do is actually take a look at how to fix the issues that are going on in the head. So if we click on the jaw and press the Z key and press the R key, you can see that we need to somehow capture or separate the objects inside the mouth. So we can use the same technique over here. So I'm going to press the Z key over here and actually park this over here like so, and go ahead and save. We're going to have to pick this up in the next lesson. So I'll see you. Thank you.